What's going on, fam? I hope everyone had a good day so far. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. The day is nowhere near through. For me, it's 11 o'clock in the morning and it's equivalent to fucking 5 p.m. Okay? It's been one of those days, definitely. Happy Halloween to those of you who celebrate. We're gonna get in to a few messages. I don't think we're gonna be on here too long because honestly, I'm functioning on 2 hours of sleep and I have a little window where I can nap for about 2 hours and then I have to start moving around again. So I decided, instead of just not coming and doing the reading at all today, like I told you guys yesterday, I decided let's pull some cards. Let's tap in, even if just for a little while. So I pulled some cards before coming live to kind of feel out the energy for the title. And I put fighting the urge to get something off their chest, right? I shuffled from the same deck and I kept getting the same cards. I kept getting the same cards. So it was definitely something that someone is... I low-key feel like someone doesn't really want to say. Someone could be ashamed to say. Someone is maybe even in their ego and that's why they don't want to say. Because I kept getting... The moon was the first card that I got out. It's so funny because when I got in a few minutes ago, I asked my mom, like, they doing construction? She was like, oh, I haven't heard them all morning. Of course. Of course. They're here now that we're here, right? Of course. Anyway. The moon card came out. The Knight of Swords came out. The Nine of Wands came out. And I kept getting a different variation of the 3. And I pulled like 3 or 4 times from the deck, from this deck. So that's where the title comes from. The energy of someone who just kind of trying to avoid something. They're trying to... With that Nine of Wands, they're trying... They're stopping at no limits. It's like they really don't want to have to admit something. Someone could be wrong or could have been wrong about something and they don't want to have to admit that they were wrong. Shame feels really heavy. Wow. I just was saying. Nine of Wands again. I just said the moon, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Wands kept coming out. That's how we got the title. And so here we are. For those of you who are new, anytime I get cards that are face down, for me, that represents energy that is unknown. So whether it's unknown to you, whether it's unknown to other people about you, whether it's unknown about yourself, about you, it's going to be different for everyone. Wow. 5 of Swords, first card. 5 of Swords, 9 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles. Whatever this truth is, it's something that someone has known the truth for a while. They're holding out. They're holding off. They're not stepping forward. They're trying to protect something at all costs. The thing is, I am not gonna lie to you, collective. It low-key, high-key feels like what they're trying to protect is their ego. Someone doesn't want to admit that they were wrong. That probably would have been a better title, because that's more along the lines of what this message is about today. Someone who's they're trying to cover their tracks. They're trying to someone's trying to protect a lie. The thing is, I don't feel the energy of like sneaky. I don't feel sneaky energy, and I think that's because something has already been exposed. And even though something has been exposed, instead of someone just admitting, they're still like, no, that's not the truth. That's not it. But like, the truth has already been exposed here. Whoever they were lying to, they already know the truth. But someone still, and it's heavy denial, because someone's still like, nah, that's not what this is. I know you think that's what you see. I know you think that's what's going on there, but it's not. That's not it. But it is. It is. It's just someone is too embarrassed to admit it. This is somebody with their hand in the cookie jar, and they're saying, I'm not trying to take any cookies. I don't even eat these cookies. But bro, I saw you with your hand in the cookie jar. What are you saying? It's like that. Sounds like that car is in my yard. This sounds mad close. The deck that we're tapping in with today, because I just realized I just kind of went into the cards. I didn't even show you guys the box. The OGs would already be familiar with this deck, but if you're new here, this is the deck that we're using, Tarot of Sacred Kingdoms. I actually pulled from this deck to get the title as well. I don't usually pull from the same deck, but this is it. This is the one. Knight of Wands at the bottom. This is the fuckboy, fuckgirl energy. This is not consistent. This is very wishy-washy. This is not non-committal. Not sticking to your word, or not sticking to their word, however this plays out. This is the energy. This isn't stable. There's no stability here. I don't think that's a car. What the fuck is that? Hold on, because that's gonna bug me out. Some kind of machinery. Did I tell y'all I'm on 2 hours of sleep? I'm on 2 hours of sleep, bro. But it's alright. It's alright. It was worth it, darling. It was worth it. Somebody is thugging it out. Somebody's thugging something out. I feel like this is either sacrifices. There's a lot of sacrifices somebody's made or somebody's making. But because when I just said that, like, it's alright. I'm on 2 hours of sleep. I'm barely pushing. Like, I'm barely getting through. Just barely getting through it. But in the back of my head, I'm like, but it's cool. I'm not complaining. I think that energy, I feel like a lot of us are in that energy. I don't think that that's selective to me. I don't think that that's selective to me at all. Knight of Cups is what just flew out. Knight of Cups. This could speak of someone giving someone else grace or giving yourself grace. I feel like something has, I don't know if this is something that's happening like to you or happening in your life. There's something here that feels like it has all the ingredients to be of inconvenience, but I feel like collective is in a really particular place in their lives or on their journey, because it just comes off as like something is taking a lot, something cost a lot, but I for some reason feel like collective is, I think because I understand why it's happening, I'm not really too hard on the fact that it is happening. Does that make sense? It's like something is difficult or something has happened to make the things you need to do more difficult. Normally, I would be upset. Normally, I would not be too happy about this. Normally, I would be affected by this negatively. Normally, I would allow this energy to consume me throughout the day. Like, normally, that's the energy. It's like, normally, this would have me going on a fucking spiral. However, because I understand why something has transpired, because I understand why something is taking energy, because I understand why something costs as much as it does, because I understand why something is gonna cost me, because they're making me feel like whoever's sacrificing, that's the price that you gotta pay. The fact here, the point here is that someone understands why they have to invest the way they do, or why they have to put, because for some of you, the investment is your time. For some of you, the investment isn't even like financial. For some of you, this is like when I just said, for example, when I just said I got 2 hours of sleep. Normally, I would be spiraling. We wouldn't even be on live right now because I would be in my bag. However, 2 hours of sleep, and I've been up since 6:30 in the morning. But I know that what I was doing, the reason why I went to sleep at like 4 something in the morning, I know it's for the greater good. Like, I know I needed to get it done. I know that it was something I had to do to get to where I'm going. To see something play out the way that I wanted to play out, I know that it's something that I needed to pour into. And so because I understand the why, the fact of the matter of me going to sleep at 4 something in the morning, 4:40 something in the morning, I'm affected physically because I'm fucking tired, but I'm just gonna thug it out because I want to get to where I'm going, right? So I'm not gonna sit here and complain about it. The polarity, right? Because somebody is needing to pour into something in a particular way, a project, a romantic connection, their personal ascension, whatever, right? Someone is having to pour in, and they're pouring a little bit, but they're harboring resentment, which is really interesting, the way they just spun that on me. It's like you want this to work, and so you're doing the things that you need to do that are required so that this can work. But the whole time you're doing these things, you're dragging your ass, you complaining, you're whining, all the things. And that energy, you put that energy out, and that's when you're gonna get back. Like, it's never gonna be good, it's never gonna be complete, you're gonna always feel just barely complacent, if not uncomfortable, because you're complaining every step of the way, or you're looking at this from a pessimistic side every step of the way. So there's an energy here. Shout out to Headphone Gang. I feel like I usually say this in the beginning and I didn't. Or did I? No, because I did my little like prayer and then I didn't say it. Shout out to Headphone Gang. Shout out to everybody who's at work listening to me. When I tell you, I feel like it's like 5 something in the afternoon, in the evening. And it's not even 12 o'clock yet. Because I'm like, today, I'm like, nobody's at work right now. More than half of you probably are. So, anyway. Yeah. Somebody is complaining about things that they're supposed to be doing. That's a thing too. Like, I've said this to people many times. I'm not gonna give you brownie points for the things you're supposed to be doing. It's like, for example, as a mom, you don't get brownie points because you got your life together for your child. You're supposed to have your life together for your children. Like, I'm not going to give you brownie points because you made the rent this month. Like, you're supposed to be able to make that happen. You're a parent. That's your job. This is not something extra that you're doing. This is something that you're, like, because even if you didn't have kids, you still have to sustain. You're still a human, right? So people who don't have kids have to pay rent. People who don't have kids have to do certain things. Like, just because you're doing these things doesn't mean that you get a... Somebody's expecting to get brownie points, and I'm using brownie points as a metaphor, obviously. Somebody's expecting to get some type of recognition for something that they're supposed to be doing anyway. Be careful with that. That's not going to work out well. Whoever that's for, that's not going to play out well. Because I feel that energy, especially with the Seven of Pentacles. Somebody's standing there like, I just did this. You're not gonna... Like, if this is romantic, this is... Because I feel like I didn't give this enough. I didn't give this enough. Because if this is romantic, this is somebody who's like, oh, but I've been loyal. I haven't been talking to nobody else. Like, is that not what you're supposed to be doing when you're in a relationship anyway? You expect for me to give you brownie points because you're not on social media thoughting with other females? What? Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? It's like you say something to someone and someone's like, oh, but at least I didn't, like, I haven't done this, or I haven't been doing that. And it's crazy because I feel like the way that they mean this, the context, I don't think they're giving it justice, right? Because I feel like the way they mean it is like, I used to do these things and I'm no longer doing these things. But the way it's coming off, because sometimes it's not what you say, is how you say it, right? So the way something is coming off is making someone else feel like I must have dummy written across my forehead, because what are you saying right now? Like, these are things you're supposed to be doing. These are things you're supposed to, like, these things are supposed to naturally happen when you're dealing with someone romantically, when you're creating a business, when you're healing, when you're growing, when you're taking care of yourself, when you're loving yourself, yada, yada. The principle of the message there is somebody is expecting brownie points for the things that they're supposed to be doing already. I also feel like with the Nine of Wands, that energy is particular. This person is going to be fighting this all the way to the end. Like, if this is romantic, this person is going to be having these same arguments with their next partner and next partner and next partner and next partner. No matter who that person, like, no matter who they're partnered with, they're going to be having the same problems. They're going to be having the same arguments. Because, like I said, you don't get brownie points for the shit that you're already supposed to be doing. And in the event where you find somebody who does give you brownie points for the things you're supposed to be doing, that's a recipe for disaster. Because I feel like somebody's searching for someone to enable them. I feel like someone's searching for someone who's going to let them get away with certain things so that they can thrive in a specific area. The thing is that the area they're trying to thrive in is like, it's selfish. It's selfish. It's like, it's selfish. Is selfish. And if there is somebody that does sign up for this, if there is someone that does operate this way or participate in this, it's only going to be worse off for that person. Because now not only do you have to sustain on your own and compensate not only for yourself but also for this other person, whether financially, emotionally, whatever, right? Now, on top of that, you also are responsible for coddling this person and taking care of their emotional needs, which somebody that moves this way, their emotional needs will never be, like, you can overfill their cup and they'll still be thirsty for more. You can give everything you got and they'll still be expecting more. It still won't be enough. So if somebody's in a position where if somebody's putting themselves, because that's the thing, I feel like somebody's so codependent that somebody's so codependent that they're willing to give even when they're not receiving. I don't know. I don't know if this is you, collective, or because for some of you, this could be somebody that you were dealing with, whoever they're dealing with now. Does that make sense? Like, this could be like an ex's new partner. Or if this is family, this could be like the sibling that you no longer talk to, their new friends, their new best friend. Your ex-best friend, their new best friend. If this is work related, it's kind of the same message too. Because if this is work related, this is somebody replacing you, quote unquote, for those of y'all who are on the headphones. Somebody thinks they're replacing you. And it's like, I almost feel bad for the person that has to come in to do my job. Because they're not, you're not getting paid sufficiently for the job at hand, let alone all the extra shit that they're expecting for someone to do. And again, whether this is romantic, whether this is on the romantic side of the scale or the work side of the scale and everything in between, the truth still remains that whoever comes in to quote unquote replace you, collective, I feel bad for them either way. If this is in work, they have no idea what the fuck they just stepped into. If this is a friendship, they have no idea the turmoil they just stepped into. If this is romantic, there's no safety for this person. There's not going to be no safety for this person for a long time. There's not going to be no peace for this new person for a long time. And it's funny that this is kind of, not funny, it's ironic that this kind of comes up in the messages. Because just the other day, like 2 weeks ago, I had a conversation with somebody, and I think I was kind of saying it on here with you guys. Somebody was saying something to me, and I came out and I was like, I'm not worried about nobody that's dealing with anybody I dealt with. And not just, I mean, romantically, definitely romantically, but like in any form. Somebody that I'm no longer dealing with as far as like being friends with them, family members that I no longer associate with. Like, I'm not, I could give a fuck less who they got in their life now. Because I know what it's like to be in these people's lives. And if it was so great, I would still be in their lives. They would still be in mine. That's definitely the energy that this is. This was a few weeks ago. So we were already coming live. And I know that I brought this. Maybe I didn't go into like detail the way I just did just now. Because I kind of gave y'all some detail there. I kind of brushed over this. But this definitely came up in a reading. Like in the last few weeks. Since we've been doing these lives. Because it's interesting how I picked up on one side and then the other side, but at the end here, the most important thing is whoever's filling the space. Like, whoever's filling the space, send prayers. They gonna need it. They gonna need it. Somebody's making me feel like there's big shoes to fill. And I don't know that you have a big foot. I think it's just a metaphor. Somebody's got big shoes to fill. I don't know if this is you saying this, if somebody else is saying this or has said this to you, or somebody has said this in reference to you. Like, collective no longer works here with us. It's going to be a lot. Like, whoever we bring in to cover for collective spot is going to have big shoes to fill. So this could definitely be work related. It could also be romantic. Romantically, somebody's like, yo, I need to find me a bitch that's gonna take over and do the same things my other bitch, my main bitch, my bitch was doing. And the thing is, I don't know. It's big shoes to fill, bro. It's big shoes to fill. I almost feel defeated too. I feel like there's no. It's somebody could feel defeated. Somebody could feel like they've tried to fill your shoes. Someone may have tried to be you for someone else. And if that's the case, this would be somebody that you was romantically dealing with. So the way that this comes off is like you were with somebody and they took advantage of everything that you brought to the table. Your kindness, your gentleness, your unconditional love, your wholehearted love, your genuine nature, your empathy, all the things, right? All the things that you embodied, this person took advantage of it. And now this person is trying to mirror that and be that, emulate that for other people. The thing is, I feel like this person couldn't even match you when you were with them, let alone emulate you now that you're no longer even in their space. This would be somebody who's synonymous with like an energy vampire. For those of y'all who are new here, the term is in the spiritual community, an energy vampire is somebody who leeches off of your energy. We low-key was getting, not this message in particular, but the energy of energy vampire was on the table for the last few readings, because I remember in the last few lives talking about somebody wanting to or planning to do what you've done. Do something, like something that you've accomplished or something that you're doing. Someone is not giving you your flowers for your role because they're making it seem like, yeah, you got it done because it's easy to do. So they're not giving you the credit that you deserve. They're not giving you your flowers, but they're also now trying to emulate it. I don't see that going well for them at all. I also feel like that because you're not in their space, and so they don't have anything to mimic. They can only go by memory, and the longer you go without speaking or seeing or being around someone, not being in someone's energy, I feel like someone may feel like they need a hit of something. I could literally be talking to an addict, but that's not entirely what I'm picking up. It almost comes off as someone's been out of your, it feels energetic. Someone's been out of your space for a while, and it's almost like they need a hit. They need a hit of it because they're running out. They're running out of fuel. They're running out of whatever it was that your energy did for them. They're running out, and they kind of need that. They need to tap back in. I know that retrograde season is among us. I don't even know where we are right now. Like, I don't know if Mercury is in retrograde yet or we're still in some type of post shadow. Either way, just be wary because that energy is poking through. Like someone, they like needing a hit of dopamine. That's essentially how it comes off. That's what it feels like to me. That's what they're telling me. Wow. Wow. Okay. The Celestial Weaver, which is very interesting for this one to come out. This deck has a few cards that are like just special to this deck. This is one of those cards. The Celestial Weaver, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. That's interesting. Somebody sees, it's not just that somebody wants your energy. Somebody wants the energy that you embody when you're on your own. So that I think that kind of opens or unlocks a new level of challenge here for somebody, because the energy that you're in when you're around them or when you're with them, if this is romantic, it's very different from the energy that you're in when they're no longer in your space. And someone's making me feel like they specifically would like to tap into the energy that you possess when they're no longer in your vicinity. If this is romantic, this is people who notice that you glow when you're not around them, and essentially it's because you don't have nobody leeching off of your energy. That's why that is. The thing is, I feel like this person has recognized that, even if they didn't put it into words the way I just put it, even if they just notice like this motherfucker is happier when I'm not around, or in their best energy when I'm not around. Like there's definitely an acknowledgement here of that. The thing is that they want a piece of whatever you have when you're on your own. And with the Celestial Weaver, this is a weaver. Think of like a basket being woven. That's literally the energy here. Somebody's trying to get like back in your good space. This could be a new person. This could absolutely be somebody that you don't even really know like that, but they've been observing you, they've been watching you, they've been paying attention to what it is that you've been doing. And somebody wants a piece of that pie. Somebody wants a piece of what you have. The thing is, because with the Eight of Pentacles, you've worked toward this. This isn't something you have because you was given it. This isn't something you have because you have the gift. This is something that you have because you bust your ass to get it. This is the respect that people give you. It's because your character, you've bust your ass to maintain your integrity, and your character is in tip-top shape. And so that's why people respond to you the way that they do. But with the Queen of Pentacles, somebody's making me feel like they feel entitled to your space. They feel entitled to your energy. This could also be family members. Ace of Swords at the bottom. Ace of Swords, the Lovers, the Star, and the Eight of Wands. Use your discernment, collective. Use your discernment, collective. Because I'm telling you, there's somebody here. Wow. Two of Wands. Which would be a Ten of Wands. Which also speaks of a conversation. And at the end of this conversation, instead of it being there's no resolution, at the end of this conversation, there is a resolution with the Two of Wands. And this 2 creates this to be a 10. There is a resolution here. Somebody's resolution is to drop the burdens that plague the connection. Two of Cups. Somebody could have been dealing with someone who's like this, like an energy vampire. And I hate saying that term, by the way, but that's essentially what this is. Somebody was dealing with someone like that. And I feel like it kind of blinded you, because they're showing me like a blind. They're kind of it kind of blinded you from what you really want or who you really want. Someone could have been in a weird ass third party. And I say weird because I don't think it was an actual third party. I feel like there was 2 people that were together, but one or both of these people loved other people. But they were so blinded by whatever the dynamic was with the energy vampire that they almost lost track of what it was that they genuinely saw, genuinely felt drawn to, genuinely felt attracted to within another connection. Because for some of you, this connection with the Two of Cups is a connection that's always been. It just kind of was in the background. For others of you, this is a brand new connection. So what was blinded for you, if it's a new person that you're blinded from, what's blinded for you is the fact that actual love does exist. It doesn't have to hurt. It doesn't have to be bad. You don't have to go through on and off shit. You don't have to go through toxic shit in order to get the respect and the decency and the courtesy and the appreciation that you deserve. The blinder. The blinder. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Like I said, fighting the urge to get something off their chest. The Knight of Wands, the in and out energy, and that Eight of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. Somebody doesn't want to let this go. Somebody's too afraid. Somebody's too afraid to let go of the thing that hurts them. That somebody's living out of fear. Seven of Wands with the Nine of Wands and the Hermit. Nine and 7 is 16, right? Because I think that breaks down to a 7 anyway. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1 and 6 is 7 of Wands. Someone's been done so dirty. Someone's been counted out so much. Someone has endured so much turmoil, so much pain, that it's almost like they're turned off from anything outside of themselves. Because I have the Hermit here. Someone's choosing to still be in their Eight of Swords, to stay. Not only still be, to stay in their Eight of Swords. Somebody's choosing to do that with the Four of Pentacles. They're staying in that Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, for anybody who's new here, Eight of Swords speaks of anxiety, overthinking, worry, paranoia. It's anxiety because it's thinking of every single thing that can possibly go wrong, and maybe even sprinkling in certain things that are like really far-fetched, but it's on the negative list, so why not add it? Be careful not to get sucked in by an energy like this. For some of you, you know how but a lot of people say misery loves company. Be careful. Be careful, because I think someone has moved very calculated, it feels like a very calculated way in order to get information on you, in order to see certain things that are playing out, in order to know what you're doing on a day-to-day, in order to know how you're doing certain things on a day-to-day. I definitely feel that energy of someone who is first of all, somebody's stuck in their ways, and I just blanked, because if I tell you I can't even tell you what I just said the last 5 minutes. I couldn't even tell you. That's, I don't like that feeling, because I literally can't tell you what I just said. Eight of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Somebody's holding on to this. Their negative ways of doing things, their ways of like being sneaky and living super low vibrational and just not putting no effort into things, and being a coward and fucking trying to find the easy ways out of things and trying to find easy solutions, easy fixes. Like, someone's so stuck in their ways. The thing is that with the Hermit energy and the Seven of Wands, someone's gonna try to infiltrate. And for some of us, not for all of us, but for some of us, what's being infiltrated, or what someone's gonna try to infiltrate, is our brain. That shit sounds mad crazy, but that's literally what it feels like. It feels like someone's trying to figure out like how you come to certain conclusions, how you do the thing that you do. The thing that you do, that you're known for, that people respect you for, that the reason why, what drew me into you even, like I need to know how you do that. And so I want to pick your brain. I want to know, somebody is like gone toe to toe to like, somebody's gone as far as to make you feel like they were attracted to you. Somebody has gone as far as to make you feel like they love you, they are in love with you, if this is dating. Somebody is trying to befriend you, but it's because they want what you have. It's envy, and it's very dangerous. People who move like this are super dangerous. Especially once they start to realize that what you embody, they cannot. Once the truth, Ace of Swords, starts getting revealed to them, you hear the sirens, right? Once the truth starts getting revealed to people, it gets even scarier. Because now they get desperate. And there's no limit to someone's desperation. That kind of feels a little bit dark. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to hold you there. Queen of Wands at the bottom. For some of you, this could be a mother figure. Or for some of you, this is somebody who's coming in as if they're a friend. Six of Swords. Two of Swords, which is an Eight of Swords. And a Two of Cups. For a very small number of people, there's going to be a connection here where two people who have been in Eight of Swords energy individually are going to end up coming together. I don't know if you come out of the Eight of Swords first before coming together, or if you come together and then come out of the Eight of Swords energy together. Does that make sense? Because I feel like I just didn't make sense there. This is two different people. This message right here. This is two different people. Both of these people are in the Eight of Swords. Both of these people are in the Eight of Swords. There's 8 swords here. And there's 8 swords here. So both of these people, Two of Cups, are in Eight of Swords energy. I don't know if the work with the Hermit that we saw before, right? So the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Wands equates to a Seven of Wands. So I don't know if this is two people coming out of Eight of Swords and then coming into union, or if this is two people who are in Eight of Swords gonna come into union, and because they're in union, they're gonna come out of the Eight of Swords together. The point is that whatever you're doing it together. Two of Cups. Anyway, collective. I know this was a short one again. When I tell you, first of all, that shit creeped me out just now because I don't remember what I was saying for a few minutes there. I don't even know if I went blank. I'm almost afraid to look back at the live. But I don't like that. And I am exhausted. I'm fucking tired. So I gotta try to get at least 2 hours of sleep because it's Friday. It's Halloween. And I got plans. And I'm trying to be all the way present for these plans, okay? Before I go though, Seven of Cups, Six of Wands. I do want to say this, right? I think it was yesterday. I looked at a Seven of Cups and I said, Seven of Cups, a lot of times we look at it like confusion instead of looking at it like an abundance of opportunity. I said this yesterday. Seven of Cups now is coming out with the Six of Wands. The Five of Cups. I thought it was 2 cards. Five of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the High Priestess. If you don't drop the Ten of Wands, if you don't leave the Ten of Wands where it belongs, with who it belongs with, and you carry it around, you're going to have a lot of regret for that. A lot of it. With the High Priestess, I don't see that being the case. I definitely feel like you're going to feel bad for having to drop the Ten of Wands, because I feel like the Ten of Wands for a lot of us is people that we love in one way, shape, or form, whether it's family or romantic. I just feel like, you know, when they say drop the zero and get a hero, that's what I feel. I don't know that this is romantic. It could be, but I definitely have that energy on the table. Dropping that Ten of Wands, because what comes in after is 10 times better. And I don't even think with the High Priestess, somebody can't even explain this. Like, they can't articulate this. They just know. And of course, when it's your calling, you would just know. And you wouldn't really be able to articulate off the rip. Collective. I love you guys wholeheartedly, and I fuck with you guys the longest way. If anything resonated here, I hope that you guys take all the positive stuff and let that resonate, and not ruminate too much on anything that was negative that came out. The Knight of Pentacles. Something is going to take time. Someone's faith. The title, fighting the urge to get something off their chest. For someone, your faith is going to be tested. And if you allow the energy to win, and if you allow yourself to keep being muted, to keep being shunned, to keep being kept in a corner, put on a shelf, kept quiet, the journey is going to be that much longer for you. That much longer, collective. Anyway, I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'm like, we're going to go, yeah, we'll go live tomorrow, probably during the early hours. So like probably 12 or earlier, like today. And I probably might go live on the vlog channel tomorrow. I probably might do like a get ready with me tomorrow. We got a party to go to tomorrow. So we might do that on the vlog channel for those of y'all who are on there. Anyway, I should not be shuffling because these cards are going to keep falling. I love you guys. Have a safe day. For those of y'all who are taking your kids trick-or-treating, let all the kids know that their internet auntie loves all their costumes, even though I didn't see half of them, but still gotta show love to all my babies. Make sure that y'all check their candies, all right? Because people are fucking morons and retarded. Don't let your kids go to town without checking their candies. People are sick. People are really sick out there. But yeah. Oh, and shout out to group 2. I said group 1 the other day. I caught myself after the live. But shout out to my group 2 people. It's a good 25 of us in that group. Today is officially day 31 of the first portion of our diet. It's not even just a diet. It's like a whole lifestyle change. Workout, mental health, all the things. All the things. There's actually quite a few of us. There's about 4 of us in the group of 25 that are 31 days sober. So shout out to group 2. I gotta actually check my Instagram. I gotta actually check my Instagram because I'm pretty sure I had some things scheduled to go up, and I don't know that they went up. Yo, I can't even speak. My brain is so fried. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys mañana si Dios quiere. You heard?